Welcome back. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa met with the chairman of the Bahrain telecommunications company Beyond, Sheikh Abdullah bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, and the deputy chairman of Beyond and chairman of Bahrain Network BNet, Sheikh Ali bin Khalifa Al Khalifa at Qadibiyya Palace. His Royal Highness affirmed the role of the telecommunications sector and the importance of strengthening this sector to further its contributions to the kingdom's national economy. His Royal Highness expressed pride in the kingdom's national force for their successes in this vital sector, which supports the kingdom's comprehensive development process under the leadership of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. His Royal Highness congratulated BNet for winning the award for the Best Fiber Deployment Award at a global level. He commended the developments made in the telecommunications sector, which reflect the Kingdom of Bahrain's commitment to adopting innovative solutions that achieve the kingdom's desired goals. His Royal Highness was briefed on the BNet plans and programs and the company's efforts to attract specialized and skilled national cadres to enhance its telecommunications services. For their part, Sheikh Abdullah bin Khalifa and Sheikh Ali bin Khalifa expressed their appreciation for His Royal Highness's interest in the telecommunications sector, which supports companies operating in this sector. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa and the Minister of Finance and National Economy, Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, also attended the meeting. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Deputy Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa received the Commander of U.S. Naval Forces Central Command, Commander of the U.S. Fifth Fleet and Commander of Combined Maritime Forces Vice Admiral Charles B. Cooper II at Qadibiyya Palace. His Royal Highness highlighted the depth of the long-standing relations and multi-sector collaboration between Bahrain and the U.S. He noted Bahrain's and the United States' joint commitment to further cooperation across all levels, particularly in the military and defense sectors, through the recently signed Comprehensive Security Integration and Prosperity Agreement, which aims to achieve mutual goals and aspirations. His Royal Highness noted the U.S.'s important role alongside allied countries in safeguarding security and stability, which further supports regional and global development and sustainability. During the meeting, regional and global developments and issues of common interest were also discussed. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Minister of Finance and National Economy, Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, and the Minister of Cabinet Affairs, Hamad bin Faisal Al Malki, also attended the meeting. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa issued Edict 109 of the year 2023, promulgating the end of service gratuity system for non-Bahrainis working in civil societies based on a proposal by the Minister of Finance and National Economy and following the approval of the Cabinet. The edict stipulates the following. Article 1. The end of service gratuity system for non-Bahrainis working in civil societies attached to this edict shall be put into effect. Article 2. Employers are required to submit data on the wages of their insured workers to the Social Insurance Organization SIO within 1 month after the publication of this edict in the Official Gazette. If employers fail to submit their data within the specified period, contributions will be calculated on the basis of the monthly wage subject to payment to the Employment Injuries Branch. Article 3. The Minister of Finance and National Economy, based on the agreement of the Board of Directors of the Social Insurance Organization, shall issue the edicts necessary for the implementation of the system attached to this edict. His Royal Highness also issued Edict 110 of the year 2023, appointing a director at the executive body of the Supreme Council for Environment, SCE, based on a proposal by the chairman of the SCE. The edict stipulates that Sarah Anis Mohammed Arwa'i was appointed as the Director of the Human and Financial Resources Directorate at the SCE. His Royal Highness also issued Edict 111 of the year 2023, appointing a director at the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs based on a proposal by the Minister of Shura and Representatives Council Affairs. The edict stipulates that Naif Abdulaziz Mohammed Al-Fadil shall be appointed as the Director of the Human and Financial Resources Directorate at the Ministry. His Royal Highness also issued Edict 112 of the year 2023, appointing a director at the Urban Planning and Development Authority, UPDA, based on a proposal by the Minister of Housing and Urban Planning. The edict stipulates that Abdullah Ahmed Ali Al-Jodar shall be appointed as the Director of the Urban Development Directorate at the UPDA. In a new Bahraini sporting achievement, His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Abdullah bin Hamad Al Khalifa's second Seas Motorsport team achieved the driver and manufacturer's title of the Intercontinental GT Challenge IGTC 2023, whose final race was held at the Yas Marine Circuit in Abu Dhabi. His Highness Sheikh Isa expresses pride in the team's achievements that adds to Bahrain's sporting record. His Highness congratulated the team's crew for their brilliant teamwork throughout the year, especially in the race stages and the IGTC 2023 in general. He said that the race was very successful, affirming readiness and preparation for 2024. The two Seas Motorsport team participated with two cars in the race. The first was driven by Julius Gunon alongside with Maximilian Gutez, and Fabian Schiller won the third place in the Gulf 12-hour race, while the second car was driven by His Highness Sheikh Isa alongside with Ian Logie and Al Faisal Al Zver and ranked among the top 10. With this result, Julius Gunn raised his point tally to win the season title of IGTC 2023 Drivers' Challenge, while Mercedes won the manufacturer's title. The Representatives Council Speaker Ahmed Al-Msallam chaired the Council's weekly meeting. The Council praised the distinguished achievements of Team Bahrain at all levels and fields in light of the comprehensive development process under the leadership of His Majesty the King. The Council discussed Decree Law 38 of the year 2022 regarding the internal regulation of the Representatives Council, and the Council decided not to approve the Decree Law and to refer it to the Shura Council. The Council approved a proposal to extend the lifespan of cars that citizens are allowed to purchase from abroad so that they do not exceed 10 years from the date of manufacture, and decided to approve it and refer it to the government. The President of the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, the SCIA, Sheikh Abdurrahman bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Khalifa, chaired the Council's 12th regular meeting of its first session. The Council extended its highest congratulations to His Majesty the King, to His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, to the royal family, and to the government and people of Bahrain on Bahrain's celebration of the National Days in commemoration of the establishment of the modern Bahraini state as an Arab and Muslim state founded by Ahmed al-Fatih in 1783, and the anniversary of His Majesty the King's accession to the throne. The meeting noted the kingdom has achieved in various fields and all levels within the comprehensive development process, which aims to develop national achievements to raise Bahrain's status internationally. The Council paid tribute to Bahraini fallen servicemen on the occasion of Commemoration Day, which falls on December 17th of every year. They recalled the sincere role and great sacrifices made by the fallen servicemen for the sake of Bahrain's security and stability. The Council praised His Majesty the King's speech during COP28 and praised the fruitful outcomes of the 44th session of the Supreme Council of the GCC, which was held in Qatar, which would enhance cooperation between member countries. The meeting also reviewed the visit of SCIA President to the Interfaith Pavilion in COP28 in Dubai. The Oil and Environment Minister and Special Envoy for Climate Affairs, Dr. Mohammed bin Mubarak bin Dana, participated in the high-level mangroves ministerial at COP28. The minister confirmed that Bahrain's membership in Mangrove Breakthrough Initiative reflects the kingdom's keenness to enhance international cooperation in various fields concerned with protecting the environment and achieving climate security. The minister stressed the continued intensification of national efforts aimed to achieve the goals of the National Afforestation Plan to increase the green area and double the number of trees by the year 2035. He added that the kingdom has drawn up a comprehensive national plan for the mangrove planting project to increase their number with the support of the government and private sectors. The minister emphasized the importance of the existing partnership with civil society organizations to raise agricultural awareness and its environmental and nutritional importance. The Ministry of Health announced the launch of the electronic health certificate issuance service for commercial activities subject to the Public Health Department through the national portal Bahrain.bh. The Minister of Health, Dr. Jalil Hassan, affirmed the ministry's keenness to enhance digital transformation and facilitate services to citizens and residents. She praised the coordination with the Information and E-Government Authority in launching the service. The CEO of IGA, Mohammed Al-Qaid, affirmed that this launch comes in accordance with the government program, as well as enhance quality digital transformation and elevate government work in order to meet the aspirations of citizens and residents. The prosperous era of His Majesty the King witnessed a renaissance of Bahraini diplomacy, the foundations of which were crystallized on the historical and cultural legacy of the kingdom, which was always reflected in its balanced policies towards various files and issues. More in this report.
The Kingdom of Bahrain enjoys an international standing and a balanced policy that were recognized in many positions and forums established by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and supported by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, so that Bahraini diplomacy will always be a living example of respect for principles and international law and the promotion of security and peace at the global level. Gulf relations received full and continuous support, as the Gulf system represents an important unit in Bahraini diplomacy. As part of the GCC, the Kingdom is always keen to complete the elements of unity and cooperation to continue the prosperity and cohesion of the Gulf system. On the Arab and regional levels, Bahrain is always proud of its Arab depth and its support for everything that is in the interest of the great Arab nation in order to enhance Arab integration. The Kingdom was keen to support Arab issues, whether in the Arab League or in the international forums, through strategic partnerships at the international level with allied and friendly countries. Bahraini diplomacy has been able to make many achievements as the Kingdom affirms its positions that are characterized by rationality and contribute to strengthening international peace and stability, settling disputes through dialogue and peaceful means, and strengthening international partnerships within the framework of respect for international legitimacy and non-interference in the affairs of other countries. It opened the horizons of relations with many countries through hosting many international events that confirmed the success of Bahraini diplomacy in making the Kingdom of Bahrain a destination for dialogue and rapprochement.
The housing file in the Kingdom of Bahrain receives continued government attention, which confirms the large and pivotal role it plays and its continued efforts to stabilize the Bahraini family. More in this report.
Since the launch of the comprehensive development project of His Majesty the King, Bahrain witnessed historic leaps in various sectors where the citizen was and still His Majesty's top priority. The housing file is full of great achievements, which is evident in the fact that it constitutes a basic pillar in the aspect of government work and the directive of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister to distribute thousands of housing services, as well as deliver the ready housing units to beneficiaries, which coincides with the joy of celebrating the National Day. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning has been assigned to take the necessary executive measures following the directives. This high royal concern and the close follow-up of His Royal Highness clearly reflects the care, attention, and follow-up given by His Majesty the King. It also indicates the government's interest in the social housing sector, in its plans and programs, and in light of that, Bahrain is consolidating its position as a country of prosperity and development, and its people will remain the focus of its attention by continuously providing them with high living standards.
The LMRA announced the launch of a trial service for virtual inspection, which aims to minimize the waiting inspection periods for violations by 60%. The CEO of LMRA, Nibras Talib, affirmed that the LMRA will continue developing its measures in order to facilitate the work for clients and expedite the work effectively. He pointed out that this service is currently in its trial period and work is underway to launch it completely by the end of the year. The Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority affirmed its keenness to coordinate with the concerned government bodies to continue holding inspections on tourism institutions in the kingdom in order to ensure their commitment to laws and regulations and enhance the status of the kingdom as a designation for tourists. The BTEA pointed out that it held 2 inspection campaigns in Hura and Ghlibiya to eliminate violations to ensure that the kingdom prioritizes the safety and comfort of its visitors. The Filipino Business Council Bahrain FBCB celebrates its grand launch and induction of officers at a ceremony held in Ramada Hotel. The chairman of the ASEAN Bahrain Council, Sheikh Daej bin Isa Al Khalifa, spoke about the importance of unified efforts for prosperity and cultural exchange. The event marked a significant step in supporting Filipino entrepreneurs in Bahrain. The head of government relations, Dr. Eleni Agana, opened the event, followed by UNIDO representatives who emphasized the role of international collaboration and economic growth. The formation of the council reflects the growing relations between the two countries and reflects their keenness to further expand their cooperation in business entrepreneurship fields.
Today we are attending the launching of the first Filipino Business Council. This is basically to showcase how the startup ecosystem in the Kingdom of Bahrain is running, and this is basically showing how Bahrainis are supporting startups, either locals or even foreigners from the Philippines. So the Filipino community, they are an active community, and also to take part of this economic development in Bahrain will be really appreciated.
Of course, the embassy is truly honored to be part of this event, the launching of the Filipino Council or Business Council in Bahrain. I've known that this process has taken on for several months, and along the way the embassy has been a part of this process, and finally we have this evening, and we look forward to further positive developments in the establishment of this council for the community.
And our aim is to develop business relationships between Bahrainis and the Filipinos. We intend to bring in investors from the Philippines, and we would like to solicit investors from Bahrain also. We are going to network with the ASEAN Bahrain Council and with UNIDO in Bahrain, and we are going to be working closely with Mr. Yusuf Lori for developing the relationship with the small business enterprises.
This Filipino Business Council is the joint effort of the Philippine Embassy and the business owners in Bahrain for Filipinos. So everybody's excited on this. This is our first time that we will have our business council just to showcase the entrepreneurial skills of Filipinos. So this event will be the inauguration and officially launching of our council, and through the support of our embassy, the Bahrain government, and I'm sure that it will be a successful event.
Actually, this is the first one that we have a council here in Bahrain. So it's all about the Filipino entrepreneur, and also we want them to be a part of our organization in order for them to grow and to collaborate, and also to have a lot of collaboration, not only here in Bahrain, but also in the Philippines as well. When they're going to go there, to go back there, at least they have the foundation.